Hey guys, what's going on? Andre here from Bifuteki, and today we're going to be doing somewhat of a hardware review of a, let's make sure this is good, of a device that I've been so happy to actually have. Now, normally I'm not one that likes docking stations and things like that. A few years back, there were a couple Thunderbolt ones, a couple USB ones, and things like that, and I never really saw the point of actually having one, especially since, I've had pretty much, um, express boxes where I just throw in USB. If I need more USB, if I need more capture, I have all of these little devices. I always like buy something that's more direct, not something that, has multiple things. Um, Accell basically came out with this new USB 3.0 full function docking station that also has two um, display outputs through USB 3. Now, what's great about this is that it's compatible with Mac OS 10. Well, I'll just tell you it's compatible with Mac OS 10.6 all the way up to what's currently out right now, 10.13, as well as from Windows 7 all the way up to what's available now, which is Windows 10, which is the best operating system there is. But back to this device. At first, I was a little bit thrown off because I was sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, as most of you guys know, I use a Mac Pro, late 2013, and it comes with four USB 3 ports and six Thunderbolt ports. So at first, I sat here and I was like, well, this might not come of any need to me and things like that. But we used this at three events recently. The first one being Winter Brawl, second being Final Round, and the third one was a Madden tournament that we did at the NFL Experience. And I will say that um, this thing works very surprisingly well. Um, I was able to actually not only have two other displays just using this and not use my graphics card, but I was also able to still have another two outputs via my Mac Pro's Thunderbolt ports. So I was able to actually have a total of five monitors, which, to be honest with you, is kind of incredible. It's an incredible feat, but it was actually all capable because of this lovely device. Now, as most of you guys know, I do production, so I need as many screens as possible. Commentators have two screens. I have two screens because I'm either doing instant replay or something else, um, and things like that. So it was actually really cool to actually have this. Another thing that's great about this actual device is that it has a gigabit Ethernet connection, which is like I'm talking about in the world of production. It's actually really great to actually have because um, as of late I've been experimenting with NDI and actually having this on there. It actually gives me, well, since I already have two on my MacBook, I could basically dedicate the one that comes on this to just be just for NDI. So I don't have to worry about trying to figure out, okay, which one did I configure to work with just this computer, or which one did I configure to work with this router, or things like that. But I'm able to do all that. It has its own headphone jack, so I could have audio come out of there if I just want audio just to come out of there, or I could just monitor the audio there if I'm out of ports on my mixer. It was really 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 great. Some of the things that's really cool about this is the maximum display resolution on here because it has one display port, one HDMI port. The maximum display out resolution, if you're using just the display port, is 4K at 30 frames per second, which, to be honest with you, is pretty remarkable for something this small that's coming off of USB. Um, Another thing to remind you, if you do pick this up, make sure that you do download the latest drivers over at what is it, DisplayLink? Yeah, displaylink.com/drivers. Or downloads, and you'll be able to actually download all that. If you're going to use the HDMI and the If you're going to use the HDMI and the display port, the maximum resolution is 2048 by 1152, which means it's perfectly capable of doing 1080p 60 with no problem. So, and that's the one resolution that we like using because it's the one thing that actually works on all these monitors, since all the monitors we use are 1080, and just go from there. Um, I feel that overall, like legit overall, this is a definite buy if you're looking to expand on getting more USB ports as well as not having to spend a lot more. I mean, it does come at a hefty price of 159.99, and I feel that overall you will be pleased with this product. If you're looking for something that has three USB ports, Ethernet port, as well as two video outputs, which is something I never really see on these things. I normally only see like one output on one of these external devices or one of these hubs and docking stations is normally just um, one display output, not just display port or HDMI. I normally just see one. It's either HDMI or something else or display port, and it's actually really great to actually have two on here because it gives me an additional to the two that I can already have on my Mac Pro when I'm working in Windows, so I can have a total of five. So I have three that I can just naturally do on my Mac Pro, two more here, so that's a total of five. So, it's pretty great. Like I could just run one cable for, a projector. I can have another cable. I can actually like put different things on those monitors for them instead of them having to share the same type of screen as what's going on the projector and things like that. So to be honest with you, it's eliminates the need for some things. So I will say that if you're into production, go ahead and buy it. If you're not into production, you just want something that has extra ports as well as the fast charging capability on these USB ports, just get it. All right. So this is a definite buy for me. I feel it's a definite buy for you if you're looking for a docking station with display, a USB 3 docking station with two display outputs, or if you just need one, this is perfect. It gives you an option to either use DisplayPort, which you can basically switch over to DVI, VGA, and things like that. Just go right ahead. All right, guys. Thanks.